crazy. All right, everybody, welcome back to episode 17 of The Rabbit Hole.
You got beer all over.
It's myself, Sam, Drew, Cole, and we have special guest in the studio, Grant. Little backstory: we had Grant in a few episodes ago, and really, when I think about this episode, I think of like the lost Wu-Tang album because it was so good and nobody will get to hear it ever. And I just feel so lucky that we get to have him back and have another crack at it,
another opportunity.
We're kind of like Martin Shkreli because we have access to that beautiful piece of work, but no one else does, and we're not releasing it.
We don't share.
No.
But
the audio gods weren't in our favor, but we move on.
Welcome back, though. How's it feel? That's a good sign.
Just got off a pretty crazy weekend at the bachelor party.
Yes, sir.
Yes, dude.
The first bachelor party of my lifetime.
How was it? Explain.
It was pretty fun. Got a little place by the river, down by the river.
Was it a van?
There was a van in the river, yes.
Damn.
Wow.
So, how did the bachelor party break down? You know, like, was it drinking most nights? Was it bath salts most nights? Was it strippers most
Black
nights?
tar heroin.
Well, one of the different things that happened was we had a thing called a life straw. Ever heard of a life straw?
Yo, those are those things you can like you can send to like third world countries and drink dirty water, right?
Exactly.
Oh, it's a purifier.
Yeah. So
okay.
One of the things we did after it was late night was we'd all hop in the river and drink the river water out of the life straw. And Anthony Lalo keg standed the river with the life straw.
The life straw.
Wait.
That's insane.
You might have already said I might have just spaced out completely. This is one of those things that you could put in like straight up doo-doo water and drink
it
purified water out of it.
It filters out the shitty stuff and gives you the purest water it can. It's crazy because you actually have to suck it a long time before water actually gets to your mouth. Mm-hmm. So you have to suck in on it for a good like 15 seconds. It was good practice for me for later.
Really give it a good suck. Dude, and you just got to know that like when they first theorized this invention, made prototypes, they were thinking of dudes at a bachelor party, not like some place that doesn't have clean water.
Some African country.
Like they were thinking of
they
dudes.
thought of us.
Yes, they thought of the dudes at the bachelor party that needed a shtick. And it sounds like it worked. It sounds like that's something that you guys kept going back to.
Oh, yeah, we fucked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, really just the most ideal situation to have a straw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The life straw.
Had sex with the straw.
Yeah. Well, it was all practice, like you said, for later that night.
We had sex with the straw.
Okay. Got it.
Dudes.
That's it.
Bachelor parties, weddings, nowadays more than ever, I just feel like I start seeing more people getting married. And people around like in my stature, like same age group, and it just makes it feel more and more real. Never really been to a true bachelor party, but I'm sure they're lit.
Does it make you feel like you're gonna like never go to one or like be alone forever because everybody else is like having such a good time?
It could be. I get there sometimes with the thoughts, but I mean, I don't know, bro. To be honest, I'm confused by your question.
Dude, you know, like. You're just like chilling, making some pancakes, and then like hop on the gram. All of a sudden, another bachelor party, and
yeah,
you're just listening to banana pancakes.
Exactly. Everybody else is moving on in life, has a new life milestone. I'm just still here.
Yeah, but none of us in this room are married either. So what if we propose to each other live on pod, and then we just get it over with?
I'm more so thinking like, what's your ideal bachelor party looking like? If you could design and have, as Cole, I've heard Cole use this word a lot, your druthers. If you have everything you want in your bachelor party, what would you design it as? Like, how would you cater it to yourself?
I would need a life straw. I think that's like kind of the only requirement at this
Everybody
point.
gets a life straw.
It was huge.
Yeah.
It's almost now like required for all bachelor parties, the
Yeah.
life straws.
Maybe like a jungle gym or something.
Magic Mountain Jungle Gym.
Yeah.
Oh, there was one of those high ropes courses right down the street from us. We couldn't use it, though.
Ooh.
It was closed. But that would have been big time. Bigly.
That would be sweet. I feel
Wait,
like
I got to tell you about the cheese wall.
yeah. So this was going down.
I was saving
party.
this for this podcast. There was an infamous cheese wall occurrence that happened. The first night of the bachelor party, we ordered Pizza Hut, and we ordered 4 large pizzas. and I probably ate like 9 or 10 slices. The entire next day, I was constipated.
Too much cheese.
I had a cheese wall inside of me,
Whoa.
and I couldn't push a shit out, no matter how much beer I drank that night.
You were compacted, bro.
I was stuffed with cheese.
Cheese wall.
And
I know the feeling.
And just today was the first day after 48 hours of constipation that I could let it go.
Yeah.
And I shit like 7 times today.
Was that in our place?
Yes.
Now, was this shit like a religious experience? I feel like it almost, you've set this up and like, it sounds beautiful.
I bought candles for it, yeah.
Yes.
And I turned the bathroom lights off,
Burned
and I
some
lit
incense.
the candles, got some incense going. I had the gospel in front of me.
Butt naked.
You
I
pray
had
a
the
little
old,
bit.
the
Butt
Old
naked.
Testament open in
Yeah.
front of me, yep. And then also a weird thing, I was just DMing random celebrities the whole time, too, just in case
Yeah,
I could be shitting and get like a response from like Kylie Jenner or something.
exactly.
It happened, obviously. That's what like pushed me through it.
Getting a DM from a celebrity or a big time person while you're doing just one of those everyday life things like taking a shit or taking a piss or I don't know, like taking a walk and you're just like, oh my God, like I'm in it with these people. These people know me and this shit happens every day. Like we talk with celebrities in the DMs every single fucking day. Like, could you imagine? Like this is a life for us. Not a lot of people get to experience this. You take a massive dookie and you get a fucking DM from Natalie Portman. It's just life for us. I mean, this
dookie
is the
DM.
pod life. This is true confessions.
Yeah. I think we're probably getting to the point where famous people will start DMing us doing everyday activities such as shitting, such as pissing,
Yeah.
such as doing more, mowing the lawn. I just don't know who it's going to be first. I'm hoping it's Scott Disick, but that's just me.
He
That'd
doesn't.
be a
He
dope
doesn't mow the lawn,
misogyny.
dude.
Yeah.
That man doesn't do anything.
Dude, honestly, I get hit up from like celebrities and athletes like asking drama about you guys. So like Manny Pacquiao the other day, for example, was like, "Yo, who's Sam dating these days?"
What'd you tell
Let
him?
me think.
Is that? Did you leak the story about my kid?
I did not. That was not me.
You leaked my.
well, you
kid?
I
just
wouldn't do
leaked
that in
it.
confidence.
You
Well,
just
it's already
leaked
been.
it.
It's already out there.
Yeah. Well, it was similar to like that Drake thing from a couple summers ago.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, I didn't hit up my connects at TMZ and leak that story for a bag. But if I did, I would probably buy something like a Life Straw or 1,000 followers on Instagram so that I could DM Manny Pacquiao and tell him who Sam's fucking.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
I'd be excited for you to tell him. Sorry.
No, go.
I'd be excited for you to tell Manny who I'm banging. Just making
Is that
up.
who are you banging it? Is it?
It's It's.
Can we real quick just
Can we
talk
just
about
reveal
the
it then?
amount of words you can use for having sex?
Yeah.
Let's.
We can
Let's
make up
go
words.
Through.
Fuck. Banging.
Pipe.
Dogging.
Pipe.
Piping.
Langwood.
I know that the Canadian one is pining. I learned that
It's
from you.
pining, yeah. Yeah,
Pegging,
people in Canada
running
go, I'm pining
train.
this girl.
Yeah.
Like fucking
Pining.
pine trees.
Mm-hmm.
Pining.
Oh, this is
your
a good
load.
Shakespearean one. Making the beast with two backs.
Making love.
Yeah.
Okay, but like, okay, so the thing with girls is how many?
Sex.
Okay, so guys obviously have a lot of sayings of like fucking a girl, right?
Yeah.
How many sayings do girls have for fucking a guy?
Isn't
It's
like
almost misogynistic because there's not as many. So
Isn't-
maybe right now we should invent a few ones for girls to be able to say about fucking a dude.
It's so much more polite for girls. Theirs is like their thing now is like I have a dick appointment.
A dick
or
appointment.
getting dug out. That's the other one I've heard.
It's like business for them almost.
Yeah, a dick appointment. Like you have scheduled this appointment to get plowed, which is another one that guys use. Plowed. A girl would never say I'm getting plowed tonight.
How
I've
unladylike.
seen girls say I'm getting my back bent or like my back broken.
Yeah, that's cooler.
or
getting
like
my,
he's in
uh,
my stomach.
My guts rearranged.
Oh, guts
My
rearranged.
guts
That's another one.
rearranged, yep.
Getting
that
dug
one's
out was
more-
the other one too.
That one's a little bit more frisky. I like that.
I feel like
the
it's still
rearranging.
disproportional though. I feel like
It's
guys
how
have a
gross.
little bit of a pick of the litter in terms of ways they want to say it
I bet girls have just as many. We got to get a
that we
chick
don't
on
know
here.
about. That we don't know about. Yeah.
But that we
There's
have
some
no
code.
clue. We might have just spilled the beans on some guy code.
DM us your favorite sayings, ladies. All of our lady holes.
I mean, we know we know chicks. We know chicks.
Oh, I know
Like, we
chicks.
know,
I know
like,
chicks.
I know women, guys. I know their lingo. I know their lexicon. I know how they communicate. I'm
You
for
figured
more or
it
less
out.
an expert. Okay?
Ethan's got the most libido out of anyone here.
We know chicks, so we are an authority, and I think we are in a place and have the platform to make up a new phrase. We need to think of a new phrase. It's really like our duty.
Okay,
Wait,
how
4
about-
girls or 4 guys?
How
You
about
said for girls, right?
Yeah.
I
Then
think
let's
I like
think of
one
one.
that might be kind of neutral, and it's already a word used for something else, but posterized. Getting posterized in the
one.
sheets.
I had a similar one. I was just thinking of going off the NBA stuff. I was gonna say like getting drafted. Like I was like, I was a,
You could do
yeah,
that
dude.
one.
I was so sauced at the bars last night. I was a first
got
round draft
drafted.
pick.
That's definitely a guy one too.
That's
I
a
guarantee you, dude has said that
I can
before.
hear that at, like picking up steam in the UK. Got drafted last night.
I did go
Oi.
cheeky pints with the lads. All of a sudden, a couple birds
Cheeky
come out.
point.
Oh, I was dumb drafted on this one bird.
I mugged this chick.
Fit, so fit,
So
unbelievable.
fit.
You know, guys call themselves geezers in
Dude,
in
yeah.
London too.
Geezes.
So jealous of all of the lingo over there.
We got to bring it over here.
We do. Well, that's what we're doing right now. We're creating a more
We're
a
all
better
geezes.
place for America to speak more freely. That's pretty much what it is. Those UK lads over there, they know how to speak.
They think they get their own lingo.
I'm trying so hard to
Benched.
think of a new lingo, and I can't.
We have till the
think
end of the
anything.
episode.
All right, I'm racking my
We
brain
can
over
think.
here. So Grant, the music industry, baby. So we dove into this a little bit more in the last episode when we had him in here, but just to give a brief bio, Grant is the cinematographer or like shooter for a internet musical like collective, and you guys do a lot more. It's hard to even put a one like thumb on like what it actually is to put it like in so little words. You
Sure.
do a lot. You work with artists. You do your own shows, your internet streams. You make music videos for Ohio and Detroit talent, and now you guys are expanding beyond that as well. Any like new developments, updates from the last time we spoke? Really?
There are a few things that I could say that I couldn't say.
Oh,
But yeah, we're doing a lot of cool stuff right now. One of the things I told you about earlier is that we're going to do a live show soon, a tour, if you will, of the content show, traveling across the country under management, doing live shows, almost like stand-up style or like even like concert style, where it's like we're going to put together a live set to be able to do in front of an audience of like however many people based on our demographics from city to city, which will be really exciting, like kind of a childhood dream of mine for sure. And then, yeah, we got some more music videos in the works right now. One of the guys that I'm really excited about right now, his name's White Rose Moxie. He's from Detroit. He signed to 300 right now. We're talking about doing a video with him pretty soon. But otherwise, yeah, we got some really weird projects coming out soon. One of the genres of music that you guys should get hip to soon, that I think is going to be huge very soon, is a genre of music called Witch House.
ooh.
We had okay, so before you get into it, we were going to have an episode before that was like music genres. And just like how fucking ridiculous some of the names are. Not to say that Witch House is, I mean, it's kind of ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Sounds like cauldron like noises on top of like house music, maybe.
Cauldron.
Cauldron. I
Or
love
like
the
witch,
description.
or like witch laughs.
Yeah, take your stock pick of
Yeah,
whatever witch noise.
whatever.
you like.
Yeah, just
Stirring
some.
the cauldron.
But I thought some of the now that you brought that up, I think it's fucking hilarious. Just the music genres that are coming out that.
Oh, yeah.
And what you're probably gonna get into it. What makes it Witch House?
So what's interesting right now is that the scene that really blew up the last year or so is the genre of hyperpop.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the kids, mainly based on influence from 100 Gex and Sophie, R.I.P., and people in that, and Charlie XCX is also a big one who's used similar styles that's being really popularized right now. It's very mix and production dependent in terms of the way people chop and screw the songs that kind of make them poppy and like clingy. But with Witch House, what's different about it is that it takes those similar sounds and gives it atmosphere. And so it really kind of like creates a space where you can have really huge instrumentation moments filled with vocals that are like dark and like seeping into the instrumentation. And so we think we're going to try to get ahead on that genre because it was very, very big in 2010 and 2011. And it's making a slight revitalization right now. And we have a few artists that we're looking at right now that we think could really blow up the scene and make it like the next big thing, like the next hyper pop. If
now,
you will.
is this Witch House a Detroit specific genre, or is it popping up across like multiple other cities as well?
Across multiple cities.
Okay.
And what's really weird about Witch House particularly is that people in the scene love the mystery of the artist. And so, for example, one of the guys that we're talking with right now is like dropping weird fragments of his music across the internet on like strange platforms like Reddit, DatPiff, just like weird like little like sample noises.
Like a little treasure hunt for the fans.
Exactly.
Bro.
They kind of dig and kind of piece him together a little bit. And then when you find out who either made the beat or, you know, completed the puzzle, it creates like this world that you enter knowing the artist.
So you're saying he's dropping different sounds that you as the listener can put together to create one full like
exactly
sonic song that like goes together.
Exactly.
Dude, this reminds me of what Gambino did for Because the Internet. He would drop like an instrumental somewhere and then like the verse on some other website that he created that you had to like guess the password into.
That's the exact
and like
formula.
the whole point was for them to like hack into the website to get the vocals to put on the
And then
the
you just
instrumental.
stack them.
Yeah. And so the fans essentially make the music.
Exactly.
That's kind of cool.
That's
so,
dope. So that's going down with somebody you're trying to work with.
Yeah, and
That's
the
super dope.
mystery about it is very crazy. And there's also like 0%, like not, very low amounts of social media presence. And so it's like weird to find somebody that into their craft that's so like hands off, if you will. Like a lot of the way people are blowing up now is having a huge social media presence and a personality on Twitter, Instagram, whatever it might be. But for this person in particular, it's like they want the fans to almost come to them based on the mystery, the mystery of them.
A testament to almost self-control in today's society as an artist who, like, I think we were kind of almost discussing this earlier, where like we have the ability to put out everything at once if we wanted to, but this person is, or this artist is really just taking his time, being very careful and catering how he actually wants to roll himself out, which in a way can start you off on the ground running way better than if you were to just like vomit, for lack of a better term, all your like content out at once.
Yeah, dude, something so fucking slept on right now as a musician or just like an artist in general is taking your time with your work and putting it out very like precisely. Like I feel like a lot of kids nowadays, when they make something, they want to immediately like tease it somewhere or put it out entirely. And then all of a sudden now people's first reaction to your music or your art or whatever it might be is a bad version of that art. And so, example, like I know you like fuck with Paris, Texas. They released their first music video ever, and it was heavy metal. And that video is fucking insane, and so is the song.
That shit is fucking awesome. Shout out Paris, Texas.
And it's the first thing that we've seen from them, like period. Like they didn't have any Twitter or social media presence at all. They dropped a piece of work that I think is like one of the best songs of the year, like easily.
Those guys, they literally came like out of nowhere. Like,
Yeah.
There's just like one day, no Paris, Texas, no heavy metal, and the next day was like, it seemed like all of like, for the lack of better terms, like the blog, like music Instagrams were all just like covering them.
Lyrical Lemonade was covering them. Like it
Pitchfork,
was
like,
What when was this? When did it drop?
like 3 months ago, maybe.
Because I just heard about them like this week.
There's
Yeah.
a lesson
Maybe
to
this
learn-
week.
A lesson to learn there, honestly. Like, stay in your bag until you fucking perfect that shit and then unleash it. Whatever it is for you. I mean, just perfect that shit. Or, I mean, everybody's different too. I mean, there's not one right way to go about anything. But I think there's a lesson to be learned.
There's
there.
positives and negatives to all
So
that
Grant,
shit.
do you think that like the way that what is it, Paris,
Texas.
yeah. Texas, the way they did it is going to become more of a mainstream thing? And like they're one of those groups that didn't have like a big social media presence. They weren't really promoting their own stuff. And then it just drops, and then whatever comes with it comes with it. Like,
man, I fucking hope so.
yeah.
Because, like, it just seems like with the accessibility now with the internet and just being able to, like, make shit and post it in general is such a tease. Especially, like, the thing with art is that even though, like, a lot of it is, like, a whole, like, completionist thing where it's, like, you made something and you want to show people it. Regardless of it being, like, profound or like, even, like, subjectively good, as an artist, you want to, like, give yourself the dopamine rush of letting other people see the work. It takes a very, very strong-minded individual to take those feelings, tuck them away, and then focus on putting out stuff that is subjectively amazing. Or, I'm sorry, objectively amazing, you know? Which is what Paris, Texas did and did well, you know?
I think it's also like, this kind of goes off your point where it's like a lot of people now, if you do drop something like right away, it's like you're just looking for like, oh, like people like me, like they like what I'm doing. And instead of like making a piece of art where it's like you're allowing somebody to experience the way that you felt, like wrapped up inside of whatever the medium is and like the format of however your art takes place, it's like people can do it for the wrong reasons. And then, like how you said, it ends up just being like a lackluster or lesser version of like what could have been.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, nowadays, first impressions, especially with art in general, is so important. Like, if you're not putting your best foot forward, people immediately associate the first view of you as like the peak of what you can do, which is so shitty. I'm definitely a victim of that before, where I've seen, like, and the thing is, maybe since I do what I do and I can, like, nitpick qualities out of art in general, like music particularly, where I can see, like, what they're trying to do with their music, but it's not quite hitting the mark. And I kind of obsess over the fact that I think they could be something bigger than what people might perceive them to be. It's seriously, like, a huge deal to take the most time you can to put out your best shit no matter what, because people really do hold on to that first impression. Like, if Paris, Texas has been putting out music for, I'm sorry to keep going back to them, but if they put out music for 3 years now and it's like shitty the first 2 years, I'm not going to be as excited for a Paris, Texas drop as I would be for the project coming out next, period. Like, they put out 3 videos and 3 songs that are like my top 3 favorite videos and songs of the entire year.
Dude,
it's like crazy.
There's also another vein of it would be just the value of keeping people waiting. I know Paris, Texas, like, they just this duo just kind of came out on the scene, but even later in their career, it'll be interesting to see if they practice this almost rollout where there's nothing, like maybe no promotion, and then out of nowhere they drop something. Like, that's something J. Cole does. No promotion, drops it. Yeah. And but as opposed to other rappers that you see almost dropping a new album every fucking year.
It's every month.
Yeah, like, I think
like that's what it was getting to. Is some of
like,
these
Future is
people
somebody who drops a shit ton of music. I fucking love Future, but he, like, there's almost no mystique or like novelty to a new Future album coming out to me. Like,
yeah,
it really takes staying underground, not underground, but like staying out of the public eye and building that anticipation. Who's to say that anticipation isn't even part of the reason why when people listen, they think it's so good to begin with, because they're not diluted by the sound or specific noise or genre or whatever it might be.
Dude,
like,
Image is so fucking crazy right now. Like, crazier than ever. Like, looking interesting as like cliche as the 2016, 2017 face tat era was. Like, that shit, like, regardless of what you can say now, it's kind of like out of style, quote unquote, per se, is like normal. But like back when that was happening consistently for like Smoke Perp and fucking Lil Pump,
Lil Uzi, yeah.
Lil Uzi, like Cardi, all those guys that were like, they all were getting face tats, and that was like mind blowing for viewers. Like, that they would stain their faces like your money makers with fucking ink, and now it's like mystique, like not really even showing your face. And it's weird how that transitioned from like your face is the forefront, like your crazy ass looking face was the forefront of your music, and now it's like rarely even showing it. Like, I remember, do you guys know who Breakins is?
Mm-mm,
Do you know
no.
who Breakins is? There was a video. He's going to be huge this year. He got crazy cosigns, and he signed to Warner now for a couple, probably about $3 or $4 million. But he had a video that revealed his face to the world for the first time, and it got like 3 million views. And up until that point, he hadn't showed anybody what he looked like. And so for that reveal, it gave so much attention to like him as an artist, because no one's ever seen him before, you know? And people are kind of following that style now, like not showing themselves and then revealing it in like some one big like hurrah or whatever.
I feel like there's almost a correlation to be drawn there between like this trend happening in the music industry in terms of being anonymous and the actual just like use of the internet. Like when the internet first came around, people were probably like, you don't want to put out any information about yourself on the internet at all. It was probably the last thing you wanted to do. And then we slowly come around to this spearhead where everybody's entire life is online. Like it became cool to let everybody know everything about you, your name, where you live, everything like that. Back in the early days of the internet, I don't think that was like a practice. I think screen names were like huge on the internet. Like you didn't want anybody knowing who you really were. So then we go from not wanting anybody to know who we are to it being the norm for everybody to know everything about you. And now we almost see a boomerang effect playing out in tech, where I think people are yearning for that anonymousness again. And I think we see it in music as well. Like having that celebrity or that intense like magnifying glass on you isn't always the best for an artist specifically, because I feel like that pressure is a lot, and I can't speak because we don't experience that type of pressure. I'm just kind of what's the word? Hypothesizing. Is that?
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
But do you guys feel that at all? Is that ringing true to any of you guys when I say that, or am I sounding like a crazy person?
We talked about it before with Banksy in the
Yeah.
last episode. Just being anonymous. A lot of fame comes with, I would say, a lot of baggage on top of it. And I think if you can avoid kind of handling the fame by being this like maskless person where you can walk down the street and be a normal human being, is what people kind of thrive to have.
And then if the day comes where you want to reveal your identity like this dude did, like it's breaking news, like it's the biggest thing, and you can promote it and people want to know that.
He's a very good looking guy too, which is crazy.
Hell yeah. The double whammy.
Yeah. That probably just exploded the views there.
Yeah.
Just a banging dude.
Yeah.
That's funny though, that it's kind of like, I'm trying to think of like the first person I kind of knew as the first kind of masked artist was Marshmello.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the first,
Slipknot.
or Daft Punk too. But they kind of, people knew who Daft Punk was.
Yeah.
People are, I don't think Marshmello really has a full identity, but people are assuming that it's who the fuck is it? I don't know. I'll think of it. Some other artist.
That's the thing though. It's like, go ahead, Cole.
Wait, are you saying like people thought that like Marshmello was like Avicii? Isn't that like a thing? Or
No.
is that what you're saying?
No. I was just saying Marshmello's the first person that I knew that was like a massive artist that nobody knew. He was like a EDM like phenomenon that came out of nowhere, or essentially was this artist that transitioned into Marshmello after like having a downtime of like 3 years and was like, fuck it, I'm gonna make this music with a mask on so nobody knows who I am. And like that's half of the kind of reason I think people latched onto him. They were like, let's see who the fuck this dude is when he unmasks himself.
And dude, another part of building into that too is like, I feel like, okay, so maybe like subsequently with artists nowadays hiding their identity, it also comes with an even larger part of it where it's like nowadays mental issues are way more prevalent in the music industry than they ever have been. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of the times the artists coming up now that are young, that are dealing with these problems, choose not to reveal themselves because of the added pressure of people knowing who they are and like the stardom of
the baggage.
the baggage. Exactly.
That was I was gonna add in a point similar to that, saying that like some people just like can't handle, and if you can't handle being a celebrity, it can like kind of ruin the artistry. And like an analogy I'm thinking of is like sometimes like if like a clothing company drops a T-shirt and then Drake wears it, and then all of a sudden everybody wants this T-shirt, but the company doesn't have the production means to make
They don't have enough.
10,000 T-shirts, then it's gonna fuck them over. And it could be like a similar parallel if like an artist all of a sudden blows up overnight, then they don't have the artistry.
They don't have the management.
Put
They
out
don't have
an
any of that
insane
shit.
album and follow up with the insane like ideas that these fans have of them, then it can like ruin their career before it even gets started.
Dude, another like the perfect example of all this is fucking Corpse Husband. That's the perfect example. You guys familiar with Corpse Husband at all? Twitch streamer.
Corpse Husband.
Learn us some shit.
Yo, do not know who Corpse Husband is? Are you serious?
No.
Dude, massive motherfucking Twitch streamer. Plays Among Us with fucking all the big, like Valkyrie, Disguised Toast.
Okay.
All the, like the biggest, probably the biggest stream, like top 5 biggest streamers in the world right now.
Wait, and is Among Us that like horror game with the zombies and shit?
No, it's the little dudes in the spaceship.
In the spaceship.
That's, I mean,
What were you thinking?
I'm
the guy-
thinking of something completely different. That goes to show that I know nothing about this world.
I know
I'm
exactly
dare
what
you.
you're thinking
I'm here
of.
to learn, though.
What
I'm
is it?
here
What
to
is he
learn.
thinking of? What game?
You're thinking of that the game we
Outlast.
played in
Outlast.
Oh,
Is that what it
Outlast.
is?
I thought you were talking the game we played in quarantine together, like when we would do Zoom meetings and those mini games. And what was
Yeah.
that fucking thing called?
Jackbox?
Jackbox. There's like
I
a
love
game.
Jackbox.
Well, there is a game similar to what were we just talking about?
Among Us.
Among Us in Jackbox.
Oh, okay.
I think you're talking about The Last of Us.
No,
That's
that's
a
also
zombie
another
game,
zombie
right?
game. Among Us is the one that's like kind of.
You're
like,
sus, dude. That's all I
You know,
gotta
yeah,
say.
I'm
It's
gonna
that
take a
game.
back seat. I don't know shit about video games. You were talking about somebody, and he's somebody who I guess is anonymous, and
So Corpse Husband's a very interesting character in the world right now. I cannot believe you guys missed it. That's crazy. Okay, so here's what happened. So he used to make a living on YouTube doing voiceovers for like cliche horror things. He has a very, very, very deep voice. Like he talks like, so I was gonna, like it's even deeper than that. It's like very, very deep. Okay. And also he got famous for taking hand pictures. Like very
Hand
vascular
pictures?
hand pictures, and girls would scream over this guy. Fucking deep ass
Oh my,
voice
them
and like
just a
veiny
dude.
hands.
That's all you
with-
need.
that's the
Veiny
perfect
hands.
package.
You
Yeah,
don't need
that's all-
anything else. You can be fat as fuck if you have veiny hands in a deep,
Deep voice.
voice.
baby.
So the big blow up from him came on. I forget, it was a certain video, and then he started streaming on Twitch, playing Among Us with just by himself, with his deep ass voice and his fucking imagery that he had for himself. I'll show you guys after the podcast is over. It's like actually insane. But the mystique about this guy was that he'd had this really weird presence. Like he was like ghostly, and people like loved the mystery behind him playing video games because he'd be very emotionless, but also like playing their favorite game, which was Among Us, which was blowing up at the time. Then he started making music in this fucking deep ass, raspy, dark voice in like deep songs. He made a song called "E-Girls Are Ruining My Life," and it blew the fuck up on Spotify. Fast forward 6 months later now, he has a song with Machine Gun Kelly on
There it is.
Spotify right now.
All off of playing video games.
And so this is like more like really inside shit. You guys know Quadeka came to our crib recently. Quadeka had been talking with MGK, or not MGK. He's like a good friend with Corpse Husband, and Corpse has been getting emails out the waz about signing to a record label. People telling him they'll give him $2 million just to talk to him on the phone.
Holy
Not even
shit.
sign anything, and he won't do it.
Just
He's
talk to
so
him.
obsessed with keeping his identity completely anonymous that he's willing to turn down
Dude, also,
millions
who
of dollars.
is that guy willing to pay that much
But,
to
like-
just to talk to somebody? That would sketch me out.
He's
To his like disdain
Sure.
to not want to accept $2 million just to talk to somebody on the phone. You got to think like, who is this guy with all this money who's willing to throw out that fucking much over something that's so fucking like stupid? You're talking to somebody.
I mean, the thing is, it's like, these are legitimate people. Like, he's talking to large record label people that are legitimate individuals that work for these companies that want to sign him because of his pull. Like, Corpse legitimately has a fan base of, like, Corpse, I'll show you guys his Twitter later, too. He'll tweet hi, just hi, with a smiley face or whatever. Gets, like, 200,000 likes.
But are you saying that
It makes no fucking sense.
Are you saying that the people that are willing to pay him $2 million work for like a record label? Like they would?
They just want to talk to him on the phone. They just want to talk to him.
People who
Not
work,
even like get his signature for anything. Just to like.
and these are record label people.
Yes, correct.
What utility do they get out of that? Any?
I mean, they got money to throw. It's
I
like
I
guess.
think the idea of them throwing that money is that they eventually get to meet him, and then they have a tie to his identity, and that's ultimately worth everything.
knowing who he is.
Yeah.
which is why I think I know that he has like a crazy amount of like. He has some sort of like identity phobia, where it's just like he has to be like off the map.
And
Like
he's
completely.
way better off for it, apparently. Like,
Yeah, I mean
that's.
I
the
mean, he
only
makes a
reason.
killing regardless. But like, it's impressive to find the dedication for someone to be that individual and not like, seek the money. If
Yeah.
that makes sense.
And to be to be able to go out in public and live your normal life like he can. And we were talking about this on the last episode with Banksy, but yeah, that's just what's so sought after, I guess.
Yeah, just like you said, it comes with so much bullshit, I think. And once again, like him even receiving a call, I think puts him in a position that he wouldn't want to be put into, which would probably be like, hey, I'll pay you another $2 million to meet me or to FaceTime me. And then they hold his identity against him and basically can leak this information.
I don't think that's what's happening, dude. I think these ARs are just offering him $2 million to talk so they can form a relationship in hopes that he'll sign with them.
Yeah.
I don't think it's as sinister.
I
as,
think
like, the identity thing.
I think that's what it is too. But the thing is about the whole situation is that I feel like, I'm not sure if Corp's husband, I'm sure he actually knows this or has thought about this before, but as soon as like even a picture of him leaks anywhere, he loses everything. Like not everything obviously, but like half of the reason why people obsess over him, over his voice and his hand picks or whatever the fuck it might be, is just like the mystique. Like for example, how many of you guys have seen a picture of a girl? It's like collarbone down, and you just want to see her face, just to make sure, or like whatever it might be. That's very misogynistic of me to say, but you know what I mean.
Just gotta make sure she's not.
It's like seeing a gift but not being able to open it. If that makes sense. It's.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I was just saying, it's just like with Corpse, it's almost the same situation. It's like as soon as you see his full image, it ruins the stuff that he's willing to show you, like the voice and him playing video games and his music especially, and that's what I think is what he's trying to like either A, monetize, or B, keep private, because like he wants to have his own life.
This reminds me of a quote. I forget where I heard it, but in the future, privacy will be the new celebrity. Like, it's as valuable as what celebrity is today. Like you said, to your point, the reason why he's so popular is the mystique and the fact that nobody knows anything about him. If he were to reveal his identity, there'd be essentially nothing as special about the character that he's built. So in the future, will we see a full circle thing where true fame is almost bought through not being fully seen or not being fully accessible? And is that scarceness of a person's persona, music, I don't know, what have you, is that scarceness? Well, I guess it almost makes perfect sense. When things are more scarce, they're more valuable.
Yeah, just
the
like
price on
economics.
them is higher.
Yeah, economics, straight up.
And I think we're definitely going to see that play out in terms of fame and persona and how much like information or I don't know.
I mean,
How much information you give out, just to finish the point.
he sounds like he's a pretty like unique dude.
Yeah.
Like very one of a kind, but I think it's before, could you really make a living off of being an anonymous like identity if you weren't in music
No.
or something like that?
I don't think so.
I don't think there's anything else that gives anybody
You
else
have
the
to-
ability.
You have to be producing art.
Yeah.
Art and some form.
Paintings, painting something like that, like we said, Banksy.
You're an anonymous accountant, and you're just the best accountant that everybody yearns. Like
You don't
got
need to
you
know
got
me,
Mr.
bro.
X doing your taxes. I'm like, oh yeah, Mr. X got me. Like
Yeah.
I want the dude who I know nothing about doing my
Dude,
finances.
I mean, there's lore about random people on Reddit, like usernames, like people that may have posted some sketchy shit on Reddit where they're like maybe like admitting to a crime or something, or they're leaving little breadcrumbs and stuff. And now there's this lore behind them about how maybe they killed fucking Princess Diana or something.
I want to know who Fat Chungus 69 is.
Exactly.
But dude, isn't it on that count? Isn't it crazy that like serial killers do that shit?
Yeah.
Like they purposefully
leave crumbs.
they want to be either caught or recognized. That's like half the thing that I think that like investigators do nowadays, where they try to make sure they don't credit the killer for anything like in particular, because they know that it feeds some kind of ego,
And they'll keep doing it. They'll
and
do
they'll
it
keep
more.
doing it if they keep getting publicized about it.
It's impossible though. Like
Yeah,
it's
it's a whole
honestly
thing-
is
yeah.
once like the media, it's the media's fault to make them into the what they
Celebrities
are.
they
like,
are,
They give
technically.
them the nicknames, and then I'm sure they
Exactly.
fucking love it. They get hard off that shit.
Yeah,
The Night Stalker, I bet he saw that in the newspaper. He's like, oh,
the Zodiac
I'm
killer.
the Night Stalker,
Yeah.
baby.
And nobody still knows who the fuck it is, and I assume he's probably dead by now.
Yeah, that was a while ago. The Jack the Ripper also never got found.
Yeah.
He was like a really long time ago.
Are you talking about the one who called himself Jack the Ripper and more of a like within the past 100 years, or the original Jack the Ripper?
I was thinking the original one.
the OG.
Is that from like
he was in
the
London,
1900s?
I think.
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
the London.
Did you
Okay.
see that documentary just called The Ripper on Netflix?
Yeah.
Where it was like the dude was basically a copycat Jack the Ripper.
Yeah.
And he went, dude.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. To go back to Banksy, like the Zodiac killer is believed to be could be multiple people in on the same thing, because didn't they lock somebody up at some point? And the shit still was happening.
I don't know about getting locked up, but there was a ton of different suspects and leads, and I think it always ended up being inconclusive. Like they never found out. Shout out to the Zodiac dude, Jake Gyllenhaal, Robert Downey Jr. Great movie.
It is a great movie.
Grant, I have a question for you, and this is kind of a mix of these two things we've been talking about.
Okay.
It's a little
Uh-oh.
sinister, but it also kind of goes into like that mysteriousness of an artist.
Okay.
Do you know about Poppy?
I don't.
Oh, dude, you are gonna love Poppy. Poppy is like this, like
Poppy.
yeah, she's like this YouTube pop singer, and people like theorize that she's like a cyborg or like a doll,
Jesus
or that she's
Christ.
like an enslaved like sex trafficked like singer, because like there's this guy that like is behind the scenes. It's her manager, and his name's Titanic Sinclair. And Poppy
What
in
a
the videos,
fucking name,
dude, you guys gotta watch these
dude.
videos. They're so weird. They all start off and she's like, hi, I'm Poppy. And then there's like, I think,
Oh, this is a video of the
Yeah.
chick.
and there's one where I think she just keeps checking her clock, and she keeps going like, it's 3:21 right now. It's 3:21. But then also she's like an insanely good singer. And like she covers like Mac DeMarco songs and shit. Like she's unreal.
Wait, so the theories are she's a like
Enslaved.
an enslaved. But what were the other ones?
Dude,
there was
peop-
that she was a robot.
People think she's like a robot. They think she's like a sex doll.
Well, do you know who Yami Online is?
No, who's that?
Yami Online is a complete AI generated artist.
Oh, is it similar to like that AI Instagram model?
Yes, exactly.
Dude,
same
fuck
ballpark.
That shit.
Is this the
Bro.
AI that did like the Nirvana song and like the Amy Winehouse song? They completely remade it from
That's
scratch.
probably different.
Okay.
Dude,
But-
that's so cool.
Yeah.
But like this,
yeah.
it's the same ballpark. It's like nowadays we have the technology to legitimately create a voice and an artist. Like literally, there's probably like 3 guys standing behind a desk, and they're in like Word doc or something, and they're just writing bars, and they'll just funnel it into this fucking AI generated computer system. It's a girl, and it just spits the rap that whatever they write down, it just raps it for them. And it creates songs. It's a multi-million-dollar like thing. Like it's like Yami Online is like a huge deal. It's
I
like
want to sign that robot.
the moment
baby.
How
Yeah.
do you say it? Yami Online.
Yami Online.
The
is
moment
artist name.
something like that starts to have the ability to just go out on its own and create the music without having anybody to like actually like push it in the right direction is where like we know we're fucking fucked.
Have you guys
Like when it has the ability to be artistic on its own.
Yeah. Have you guys seen? So AI is a huge topic, obviously, right now. But have you guys seen? A couple years ago, Facebook was testing its AI service out, like to be able to like DM like a random thing to respond to you a certain way. Well, the creators of Facebook, or not the creators, but some
Mark.
head of department or some department leaders for Facebook put 2 of these AI bots in the same chat lobby together.
Oh no.
And they started talking to one another in English. And then just like,
Oh, yeah, I
hi,
heard
how are
about
you,
this.
whatever. And then after a certain amount of messages, they started speaking in
a
their
different
own language to
They
each other.
started learning a whole new language to each other and communicating in a way that we had never even
Seen before.
But they're learning from each other, and at that moment, didn't they? They're like, "Oh, this is kind of fucked. We
Yeah.
gotta unplug."
And they
this thing."
unplugged the whole thing.
Dude, they could have been plotting world
Anything,
domination
anything.
in tongues.
They could have been saying anything to each other.
They're like, "Nope."
But we don't know. It could have been like, hi, how's your day? Do you want a cookie? Like, it could have been legitimately anything,
Yeah.
but like the the
remember
possibilities
reading
of the
about this.
fantasy
Yeah.
with
Jesus
our heads,
Christ,
obviously, as
dude.
like, you know, movie consuming human beings. We were just thinking of like the worst possible scenarios, what they could have possibly been saying to one another.
Do
Like,
you think there's screenshots of these chat logs and there's people out there trying to decipher that shit?
probably on Reddit?
I bet we
somewhere.
can find it
Yeah,
somewhere.
We can
probably
find them.
Reddit.
We can definitely
Dude,
find them.
I wanted to say.
What is
Yeah.
How could they get anywhere though? Why would you unplug it unless you gave it like access to the internet, or
Bruh.
did it have access to the
Dude,
internet?
it's AI system. It could have figured it out.
Could it have really plotted world domination and done it in that moment? No, because
Yes.
the only way that you allow these things to eventually do stuff like that is if you give them the tools to do it. Would the Facebook Messenger figure out a way to enslave all the human race? Probably not, because
some point,
there's
maybe.
no function in Facebook Messenger that says kill all humans yet.
Yeah.
Bro,
But
have
really,
you
if
seen
you
Wreck-It
give them
Ralph?
the ability to do it, then we're in an
Wreck-It
issue.
Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph for 1 or 2.
Doesn't matter,
Dude,
bro.
both of dude,
All of 'em.
two is
Both
the
of
one
'em.
with like the social media shit, but great movie.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
Yo, okay, so I looked up the AI communicating with each other, and this is so funny. All right, so this is a interaction between an AI named Bob and an AI named Alice from the Facebook AI communication test or whatever. So this is Bob. I, everything else. And then Alice says, balls have 0 to me, to me, to me, to me, to me, to me, to me. You, I, everything else. And then
You and I are everything. Kill everyone
like,
else. You and me only.
it's like fucking nonsense. But they could be planning anything.
I just
That's
love
like
that.
some Morse code shit, though. Like, it could be like those. I don't know.
Totally.
Like, okay, so the way that I look at it is where it's like, maybe it seems like nonsense or just like a reverb, like a vomiting of words or whatever. But like at the same time, I feel like at that point, especially as an observer, like if you're just watching this chat log happen and you just see this start happening, either A, you're like, okay, this is like the least, like the lesser side of it. Like, okay, our AI is fucked. We fucked the coding up. They're just short circuiting or whatever. The flip side of the coin is that they now understand that they can say the same word multiple times. That if they say what was it? I am or whatever.
Dude.
I am could mean one word. And then you're talking about, okay, now that they've said that once and they say it again, it could mean a whole, like, it just like
The spacing between them could be
If-
different too.
if they left that thing run for an hour,
I
right?
know, who knows what could happen.
Who knows, the pairings of words or the multiplications of words, whatever it could have been. I mean, I'm not saying they would actually like get out of the Facebook chat room and like get somewhere. I mean, that's also like the moviegoer in my head, like taking it to that place.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like that shit's scary. It's like if it becomes, as soon as it becomes self-aware, that also opens up the whole.
We want Bob and Alice to create the Terminator. Like
Yes.
that's what we want in our heads, truly. But
That
yeah,
sounds amazing.
it could have definitely been like some super sophisticated system of communication that they created from themselves within seconds of learning what language was.
Yeah.
Or this is a funny way to think about it too. Completely the opposite way. If you think about
They're
these
dumbasses?
No, not even that. Like these AIs, think of them as like newborn children, and they're learning.
That's kinda
they're
what I
completely
was-
learning,
yeah.
and like, when you're a kid and you just say the word like, or if over and over again, and you start to confuse yourself on like, what is even the meaning of these words?
I
The
still
more
do
you
that.
say, the more you say a word, the less it makes sense. Maybe these AIs are going through that almost childlike state of
Phase.
like experimenting with like, how pointless can I make this concept that is programmed into me to have meaning, but I'm almost learning like our human brain does by discovering the pointlessness of any word. You're laughing at this, but
No,
like,
is that the way you learned?
I don't know.
If
I would say
if-
what you were saying was profound, but what I thought you were saying was that it's like, okay, a mom and a dad just have their newborn baby. They put it down for the night, and then they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna go check on the baby, make sure it's all right." And you just walk into the room, and the baby's just going like.
Yeah, the baby.
Yeah, but any word like meat. Meat. The more you say it, the less point. There's less of a point to it. It becomes pointless. It's just a sound that you're making. Maybe that's the AI doing that same exact thing, carrying it out.
Yeah,
But
I
didn't
think
it say-
that theory is much more likely than the Terminator.
They're like, oh, I
theory.
can say this over and over and over and over and over.
Didn't
and over
it
again
say
if I want
hi
to.
though at the beginning?
Dude, it was. I mean, there might have been like because
I thought when you read it, the first word was hi.
no, the part that I was reading was when they started communicating in their own language. So like,
Oh, okay.
the initial technology or whatever they designed to just like to be able to communicate like normally. I'm sure they just said like some really casual stuff.
I'm just thinking because if they didn't have access to the outside of whatever the fuck they had, they wouldn't fucking know these words to begin with, right?
I think they. I mean, dude,
They're learning.
They're computers. They have access to like literally everything on the internet.
I'm saying, but if they were blocked off only in this instant messenger where they don't have any access outside of,
I don't think that's how AI works. I don't know. I'm not sure they're blocked.
because if they're just
from
running off of
anything.
each other,
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like it was made for them to have a chat. Obviously, they would
So they
have
needed
some
to have
sort
access.
of way to access English.
let that bitch run for an hour.
Dude, imagine what if they just put IBM Watson in that chat log too, and
He would
then
blow
he
it
was
up.
just like, these dumbasses. He's like looking at them,
The
Bob
king-
and Alice, these
the
fucking
king of
idiots.
AI.
These dumbasses.
I've been-
dumbasses, dumbasses.
Yo, so what's your guys' dream bachelor party?
That brings me back. Also, I was thinking about what the woman's phrase for fucking is, and it's got to be witch house or whatever the hell.
Oh yeah.
I just got
Witch
Witch
house.
housing.
I just got witch housed.
Oh, dude, I got witched house last night.
That's good though.
But yeah, ideal bachelor party is probably me, all my best AI friends, just spouting nonsense at each other into into eternal pointlessness, and then maybe have like a drink or something.
a glass of water, or like an alcoholic beverage.
I don't know. No matter what it is, not a lot, because we can't have a lot of liquid near all the computers. It would
Fair
have to be
enough.
very almost a dry bachelor party.
I think we're doing this next weekend, actually.
An AI We should get all of our AIs together and just see what happens.
Okay, we can do that. So, what were we talking about before this podcast started? Was it?
We were freestyling before the podcast
Sad
started.
as fuck. Been
Yeah.
sad, will be sad.
Yeah, always sad.
Always
My
sad.
family hates me. My daughter hates me. My wife hates me.
My girl left me.
My stepkids hate me.
That's an Eminem song.
I'm filled with pain, and you can't restrain me. These
Don't get
people
too
hate
sad.
me.
Don't get too sad, bro.
What's the killer that was like super famous that never got caught? That's on Twitter right now.
That's on Twitter?
Who never got caught?
The famous player athlete
OJ?
OJ. Yeah.
Ah.
What
Oh,
if
we
you-
love OJ.
What if you put OJ in a room with AI bots? What would be the conversation in that room? In that
Probably
chat
you'd
room?
just be talking about his trophies and
Plot a killing or two.
What if the AI robots teamed up with OJ? What if that's what happened?
Could have been.
If AI bots teamed up with OJ to beat the case?
I think
I mean,
whatever I think how
Schwimmer-
OJ wrote the book. If I
I
were
did
to
it,
do,
if I did it.
AI wrote the book.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like he's completely exonerated when he wrote that book. He's like, "Hey, AI computer, write how I would do it," and they did it for him.
I'm picturing if OJ and two AIs were going to be in a room together, we would have to like sell it to CBS and get Mario Lopez to host it.
Dude, they could sell. I mean, think about the ad space that we could fucking get off of that shit. People are gonna be tuning in.
Dude,
I would love to have a
seriously.
chat with OJ.
Would you rather talk to OJ or talk to the AIs?
An AI computer, an AI
No, you can only
computer,
pick one.
OJ.
an AI computer, and and OJ in an Oklahoma drill.
What about an AI OJ?
AI OJ versus real OJ.
Isn't that OJ?
in an Oklahoma drill?
AI
so OJ
OJ.
runs into a computer, smashes through it, and that's pretty much it.
And then he breaks through the fourth wall and he's finally out into the real world. And then he's like, take me back to the cyberspace.
Yes.
Then he's OJ
Yes.
Mahomes, dude.
God damn, this is the shit right now. People need this.
We need to
People
have a
need
chat with
this.
OJ.
People don't think like this.
I want to get.
This is quality.
Oh, dude. We should make an AI just to do these podcasts.
An AI, yes, like we have an AI Ethan, AI Sam, AI Cole, AI Drew. We have an AI Grant on standby whenever he's trying to pop into the studio at all times, and
We plug
just
him in.
chop it up, talking shop AI selves, and we're just really over there, just I don't know, like
Listening.
yeah, fucking.
Yeah.
we're over
Sucking
there,
each
we're over
other
there
off.
playing Naked Twister while our AI selves.
Sorry.
That's so funny. Oh, wait, so you know how like they got like AIs to like write a Seinfeld episode?
Dude, yeah, you seen the things where they tell it to like watch like 10 episodes of a certain
Yeah.
show, and then it just takes all the
So like
keywords.
if we plugged all of our episodes into that same machine, what do you think it
Jesus
would sound like? Like what would our AI episode be like?
I have an idea.
Hitler and OJ go to
North Sentinel Island,
Yeah.
North My Tushy, and sell them.
We're just
and-
describing one episode. I think there's too much. There's too many topics.
Pepper.
Pepper.
OJ. Hitler.
I feel like it'd just be like radio silence.
Yeah, it would literally just be dead air.
With maybe like a word or two.
diss?
Wait, so I asked Ethan a question earlier, and I want to hear your guys' your guys' answers for this. So, Ethan and I were really digging deep into like space theories and shit earlier.
Oh, God.
One question I did have that I want you guys to answer, all three of you guys individually, was if everybody on the Earth flushed their toilet at the same time, would the Earth spin a different direction?
There's a right
Sam,
I
answer.
don't even want to
Sam-
answer
Sam-
this
Sam, you have
question,
the
bro.
floor.
No.
You have to. What do you mean no?
No, wait, is your
Because
answer no?
my only reasoning behind it is because it goes the other way in Europe. It goes the other way in Europe.
Dude, I don't think that's real. That's like the joke when people are like, yeah, like it flushes backwards in Australia because you're
No, that is true. We looked
That
this
is
up.
true.
It's the
No,
Coriolis effect.
Yeah, it's
in,
true.
In theory,
That's what I'm
it's-
saying. It is true.
In theory, it should like
Go the other way.
rotate the other way because it's based off northern and the hemispheres. If you're on like the northern versus the southern hemisphere, or is it
What?
northern? Or
Yeah,
what?
because you're on
would
top
the-
and bottom.
Whatever it is, it's called the Coriolis effect. Things in theory should be like weather storms, like hurricanes, go one way in our hemisphere, and they're opposite on the other side of the world.
And
So-
I did test this in France when I did go, and it did happen to the one toilet we had.
Okay, I apologize, but answer the question.
But I said no because of that exact reasoning.
So wait, so then if half the world the toilets spin one direction, and the other half the world the toilets spin the other direction, wouldn't the
world
Earth just
stops.
stop?
But no, they cancel each other out. Therefore,
So the
the
Earth would
Earth would
stop.
still
It
keep
would
doing what
stop.
it's doing.
It would stop.
I doubt that.
I
I
think
doubt
you
it
would-
would keep doing what it's doing.
I think
It is doing what it's doing.
Something would happen though.
You would need all
We
the
need to see
plumbing
it.
in the
We
world
need to
to like,
organize it.
explode.
yeah.
We gotta hire Johnny Sins, dude.
Yeah, to clog the
The only
plumbing.
the only person to fix the problem.
He's too good of a plumber, dude.
Dude, so
I've
is
had him
there-
here several times.
Is there like a theory on how powerful of a force that would be? Like, would it be equivalent to, let's say, 3 Hurricane Katrinas at the same time?
Yes.
Wouldn't it flood
Like-
Wouldn't it flood the
Correct.
ocean or flood the
Well,
sewers
you're an
first?
expert, right, Ethan?
Yeah,
So
I mean, this is something that I dive into deeply every single night. I'm reading about
you're
this.
big on the stats on this.
You know the
to
Coriolis
truly
effect.
harness the power of Katrina in your toilet is no small task. But it can be done
Butthole
if
Katrina.
if worked in unison.
I think that would bring peace to the world for the most part.
What I'm imagining would happen is that like there'd be some type of like nuclear fallout, and then like Andre 3000 would be the last man on Earth, and he would just walk down the street playing the flute, and he'd be like, "Man, I should have been nicer to Big Boy that one time."
He's too nice to Big Boy, dude. I think Big Boy is the douchebag.
No, but I don't mean like just overall,
Oh, just
like as
hate.
Outcast.
You said
Like
just the one time.
He's just remembering
Just
like
down
one
on
specific time.
Down. Kid is losing sleep over that
Yeah.
one time he called Big Boy big.
No, like it'd be like Big Boy. This is before phones, so he like IMs him.
The AI typed out
yes.
this message for him.
He IMs him and he's like, "Hey, do you think that this is a cool shirt?" And Andre goes, "LOL, no." And then he's like, "Am sad."
This is how we figure out what would happen if all the toilets flushed at the same time. In an AI computer, we create a scenario that exists within it all of the natural laws that exist in our world, a completely composite world. We run the simulation of all the toilets spinning or flushing in there, report back on the details.
That
and
was
then
Cole's
we don't even
AI,
need to do it.
That was Cole's AI version of what happens.
Did I just completely regurgitate something you just said?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't. Dude, what I said was straight nonsense
Oh.
per usual.
No. I was saying like what I was taking what you're saying about us all having, or the AI making the situation out of it like over 1,000 times.
Yes.
And Cole's AI made the situation where Andre 3000 is upset with Big Boy, and so
He's the
on.
last man.
Yeah, like I said, in this scenario, there's nuclear fallout, and then Andre 3000 is the last man on Earth, and all he does is plays his flute and is somber about one time that he was mean to Big Boy.
I'm so sad. I'm so sad.
I'm so goddamn sad.
I'm so sad. God
Only
damn.
makes me happy to
What
be
kind of
sad.
flute? A jazz flute? I can see him playing a jazz flute.
I feel like he has like a piccolo. I'm not very.
Ooh, like a
Ooh.
tiny little one.
In the woodwind family of instruments, what would be your go-to?
The oboe.
Clarinet, baby. I hope that's in the
Woodwind is a
like
fucking
anything you blow air into. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, but
Somebody
a trumpet
che-
isn't a
Somebody
woodwind.
check me. I
A
don't have
trumpet
my phone
isn't
on
a
me.
woodwind.
I would want to be the.
That's a brass. That's brass.
The flute from Peter and the Wolf. That's like.
Dude, that'd be a good one to be. Fuck yeah. What is your guys' woodwind of choice? Come on now.
Is a saxophone a woodwind?
No, dude, that's brass.
I thought a woodwind was a
Or maybe
thing.
it's not brass. No. But I'm thinking of, you guys got to help me with this, but it's like if there's a bunch of sticks that are bundled together and then they decrease in
pan
size.
flute.
Pan flute.
Ooh.
It's a pan flute.
No.
Oh, I
The thing,
Yeah, it's a pan flute.
that's all I can really say about it.
And
I
you,
don't
like,
know anything
you hold
about
like
it,
this.
but it looks really cool to me.
Yeah.
I think I
Dude,
would.
pan
be
flutes are
decent at
pretty
it.
cool.
I feel like the more basic the instrument, especially in percussion, the cooler it is. Like a classical African djembe.
Oh, I know what I'm picking. I'm picking.
Dude, those things are dope. I remember taking a music cultures class back in the day, and the African music, like ancient, like African music, like the real tribal stuff, is some of the coolest and most like. Is ingenuitive a word? Like it's very just they made sounds with their surroundings.
It
Like
is now,
they
baby.
took what was immediately around them and made incredible noise. And I don't know what my original point was. Oh yeah, it was that simple instruments are cooler and or sound better, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can find
and also
some shit like
those
that.
people that are playing that music, those ancient African societies, are probably just on loads of ayahuasca.
Yeah.
Oh, just drumming it out.
What if it just sounds like dog shit, but then in their mind they're like, "This is fucking sick, dude."
This rocks.
I think that like it's like instinctual for them because like in the early days, you know, you listen to all of these animals and all of these insects and aquatic creatures that are harmonizing and making noise, looking for lovers.
Aquatic creatures.
And
I don't
all
know
of a
why
sudden you're like, this is something that I could get behind.
The world is their inspiration.
Exactly.
They imitate the noise around them. What more inspiration can you ask for? We're alive, baby.
Then cricket
Look
sex.
amongst you.
What was the first instrument?
Drum.
No,
Dude,
I already
the
know
rock.
it.
This is on a complete
It's the
tangent.
clap, bro. It's got to be the clap.
yeah, or
it's
the
got to be the
voice, your
clap.
No, no,
voice.
no.
Or you
It's got to be the lips.
It's insects, bro. I'm telling you.
Ow.
And birds.
I mean, a human, like a human.
Yeah, but it's got to be a human mimicking a sound that they heard with their mouth. I feel like.
Just yelling.
When
Also-
you said, "Oh,
I was to say back to the. I didn't say my woodwind instrument.
Oh,
I had a quick question. Do bagpipes count?
Yeah, I think that is a
sounds right."
woodwind.
I mean, I
I
said
actually think
clarinet,
it
and I
is.
don't even really know if it's a woodwind or
I think
not.
a clarinet's
Okay.
an
Anyways, back to
instrument.
what we're talking about.
I'd be a didgeridoo though. I think that's a woodwind.
Those are big boys.
Didgeridoo is some. I don't know. It's a big pipe.
I actually
thing.
own one.
Do you really?
Yes. They're big fucking boys. Big boys. So the first human instrument, I feel like was just sex.
Yeah. The
Clapping cheeks.
It has to be.
They just
The
start.
first instrument ever was clapping cheeks.
Dude, it has to be. I'm trying to
You
imagine
mean
a sound
getting
that was
witch
produced.
housed?
Yeah,
Getting witch
yeah,
housed. Getting witch
exactly.
There's no way there was a sound that was like created or like sought after.
Dude, they before
Or
that,
having
dude,
sex.
I can't believe you said
Sticks
that.
on
Sticks.
things, like just like
yeah, the sticks were the first drums,
Okay, but
and
there's
then
no way we didn't reproduce before we made fire.
oh,
Like,
dude,
you know what I mean?
This whole conversation, and I was gonna go off on a tangent when you said the first like instrument. It made me think of 2001: A Space Odyssey, where the whole like first 30 minutes of the movie is like the apes, and this isn't an instrument, but when they realize that you can swing something like a
yeah, I know.
realize, and this even calls back to an earlier pod episode where we were like, what's the first tool? And I watched this again the other night. I'm like, that's the first tool. It's some ape came around a carcass of another ape, picked up a bone, and was like, I'm gonna have an awesome time swinging this thing,
No,
crushing
dude.
things, and then that becomes a weapon. What comes first? I think weaponry,
sex.
means to survive, comes before an instrument. Before they invent an instrument, they first figure out how to murder each other.
Dude, the way that he discovers that he can like hit things too is like, no, he's so slow with it. And it's like, dude, I want to do the song too in the background, but he picks up the bone and he just kind of like hits another bone and he's like, and then he like kind of just flops it over and then he's just like, all right, starts to get a little bit more aggressive.
Dude.
And then it just starts flailing around.
Yeah.
And then just starts murdering hogs.
Dude, yeah, that's what it is. Like they figure out
bone.
weapons, and then they start to fucking conquer shit.
dude, but I don't know, because at the same time, how you gonna kill anything without a good tune?
I
You
know
need
you need
to-
some murder music.
behind
Fucking
every
rocks.
good war like battle, there's always a drummer boy, isn't there?
Dude, this makes me think like early wars, like you're in Alexander the Great's army. How the fuck do you get pumped up before a fight? Like you're in
That
your
drummer,
own head,
dude.
Like we're so lucky, dude. We can plug in headphones and just bump Kanye before like anything you do to get in the zone.
Before you
These dudes are
murder
walking up to
somebody.
battle. A lot of the times just walking in line slowly at each other. Maybe not Alexander the Great's army. I don't know battle tactics there, but like even as close as like Revolutionary War, you're just walking up in a line. How do you get in the zone hype? Are you just scared? Can you even be in the zone? Like
You're on mescaline, dude.
like
I feel like the thing is that's different than it is back then it is now is like the patriarchy. Like
Dying for
the
your
willing
country.
to die. Like I
Yeah.
feel like the willingness or like also like the belief of like, for example, a lot of wars that were like back then were very religious based. And so for that, it's like if I die, it's for my country,
Yes.
and I'm going to go to a certain place. I feel like it's less about getting hyped up and more so about the prophecy.
either a charismatic cause, charismatic leader, religion, like something needs to galvanize the troops. You don't
Yeah.
have Lil Yachty to bump before
bro,
going into the fight. You need
they had the
somebody
drummers.
to hype
Dude,
you.
yeah, I was gonna
Like,
say they
he did
did
say
drummers,
They
bro.
had probably the woodwinds. They probably had
A
the
fucking band.
And those boys couldn't
Yeah.
get shot at either.
With
Dude,
a
yeah,
spear.
and they're with the sword. They're like that shit goes hard.
Yeah, low key.
go murder everybody. I'm hype, boy.
And then they get fucking shot by an arrow like
Yeah.
3 seconds in.
Instant death.
And then they just hear that it muffles out into the background as they just slowly die.
Just imagine dropping
30 bomb.
you drop just 30 your KD is literally popping off. Like this would happen if you drop like if you give somebody DNA, like if you took the sound file of DNA by Kendrick Lamar and gave it to some dude in the Crusade, that dude is going 40 and 0.
Hold on. Remember,
He's killing everybody.
hold on. Earlier we talked about like a couple of days ago. We talked about like what would you bring from the future to give to the past to like
yeah.
advance the society or whatever. Imagine giving a certain army like a playlist.
Yes.
Dude,
like
just an
yes.
iPod, like the first iPod.
Yeah, no, giving like
Toss
the
it.
whole gang
10,000 songs.
Yeah,
dude.
like a 2.5 hour long playlist of fucking hype ass music.
of just Bon Iver, dude.
Yeah, just like shit that is just these kids hyped up.
just
How would you know? How would?
With that,
Are we inferring though that they would be hyped, or would they just be like, "What the fuck is this?"
they
dog
might be
shit?"
confused, but fuck them.
At the end of the
Dude,
day, they're
the
like,
rhythm.
"This is it."
Just think of what more Genghis Khan would have done with Lose Yourself in his eardrums. He would have done so much more than he already did. And he arguably already did the most.
He would have raped and pillaged more.
That's the thing. He
cities.
did the most. Yeah, maybe it would be 2 of every 9 people have
Yeah,
Bro,
DNA.
imagine
Crazy.
giving Genghis Khan an F.
Wait,
Well,
explain it. I
maybe-
feel like a dummy. I didn't get the joke. Giving him,
Maybe he becomes a born again Christian and doesn't do what he did, bro.
dude.
I think Genghis
potentially.
Khan is raping and pillaging women, regardless of what you give him. Beethoven.
You can't take the Genghis out of Genghis. He's gonna Genghis on him.
Dude, there's been theses on why what Genghis Khan did like helped the environment like a ton. Like the carbon emissions from the bodies
Shit.
and shit.
So-
Oh my
Like
god!
the fresh soot
yeah.
that was made from the
all
decomposing.
the soot, all the nice
the population
rich soil, dude.
control.
Dude, the rich soil from the dead bodies.
Imagine, dude,
Thank you, Genghis.
literally
Thank you.
graduate students writing their theses on that shit.
That's honestly incredible. Like,
There's your
it's
paper idea.
yeah, that's nuts.
What if we showed that as a short film? Is what Genghis Khan did for the environment, and it was like the rotting of bodies into like beautiful trees, and it was
But
like
then can't you make the argument that like Hitler and whoever else did the same thing? Of course, going back to Hitler because this is
I don't
the
know. I'm not sure if they did. I don't.
Using the same logic, I mean, I don't know.
Fuck him.
Let's
Wait, I'm confused.
I'm Team Genghis Khan.
Wait, are you talking about Hitler versus Genghis Khan or someone
I'm
else?
just talking about how good it was for the environment that many people died.
It's just probably.
The Genghis Khan is legit like Thanos. It's like, yo, I'm taking out everybody. Now we're gonna have more for everybody that remains.
It legit was a Thanos situation.
He was a
He
barbarian,
actually
dude.
wiped out, I think,
Yeah.
just about half of Europe.
Yeah.
What a menace.
Legend.
Single-handedly, dude.
Yeah.
If you could wield any weapon, what would it be in war?
Goddamn mace with a shield.
I'd want to be a bow and arrow. I'd want to be in the back just sniping
But then you
boys.
gotta practice with it. Like I
That's fine.
I need a weapon where I can pick it up and little to no practice can just start hacking people. See, if I had a bow and arrow, dude, it's miss. You
gotta be good
maybe
at
a
it,
hit
though.
in the leg, arrow to the knee, maybe ruin somebody else's career, but never a kill.
You
An
know
arrow
what
to the
weapon
knee
I
is a
want in
death.
war? I want a pen. I want to write.
God.
Oh yes, the power
I
of
want
words.
to use
Oh,
my
God.
words and conquer
Yes.
with the pen.
This man, the peacefulness.
Dude, I would take the dory.
What's the dory?
The fucking Spartan spear.
Shit. Like the big long ass
dude,
shit.
they're like fucking 12 feet long, bro.
Oh my god.
Bro, okay.
Is that from
the
like
the way that
300?
Spartans fought is actually iconic. Like
Yeah.
they would have those long body shields, and they would push into the enemy, and then behind, like 3 rows back, they would just stab over the shoulders of their homies. And the boys in the back were like,
Dude.
yeah,
Dude.
bro, keep doing it. Like, I'm just imagining, like, in my head, like, the hype from the Shield boys.
Oh,
Look
yeah.
at
There's
that.
your
Homies.
hype.
Dude.
That's my
Like,
dog.
yeah, that's my
That's my
dog.
god. That's my dog.
That's my G. That's my G. And they're just stabbing kids. Bro,
He'd
300.
walk like a hermit almost, like a hermit of shields, and then they'd open up for a moment.
Yeah.
Stab it
stab
in,
over the
close
top.
it in.
Stab
What
over
a
the top.
pussy way to fight,
Stab it
dude.
You guys, how many of you have seen Game of Thrones? Have you seen it?
Oh,
Grant?
yeah, yeah, I've seen
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I've seen
Dude,
Game of
Battle of
Thrones.
the Bastards when
Yeah.
the army closes in on Jon and his army and they just
Move in.
The spear.
Yes.
this is same shit.
I'd love to
Dude.
fight like
Big
there's
ass
your,
pole arm.
There's your hype man. Everybody's your hype man because they're just screaming.
The Shield
Yeah.
boys are your hype, man.
Yeah.
I need some Shield boys in my life.
Just yeah,
Dude,
come
could
on.
I'm just thinking like how like unbeatable that is, especially at the time where it's like you have people running in with like little short broadswords, and then all of a sudden you're getting faced by 12-foot spears.
Yeah.
And what do you do?
Getting stabbed
You get-
through the heart.
You fight for as long as you can until the what was the army at the time?
The Roman
Not
Empire.
the
The
Roman.
Persians?
The Persians
Oh,
come and just
Persian.
take over by numbers. Then they
It's so admirable though. What the Spartans
yeah.
did.
Dude, they're straight up just talk
Jeez.
about not being afraid and like
Of
like
dying.
dying for a cause.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they were 100% in, bro.
Dude, that's
Plus
how
the
you-
fits.
That's how you raise an
The
army.
fits, bro. They're
The-
rocking
yeah.
fits.
That
Yeah.
spray tan.
Dude, when 300 came out and
That
there was like that
Greek
archetypal
flesh.
Yeah.
view of what the Spartan was, and
The
then
6-pack.
dude, shout out Meet the Spartans, another great parody movie out there amongst the sea of other parody movies. But
It is great.
Dude.
What a great fucking movie.
What kind of drugs would like these armies take? I feel like that was their thing. Instead of music, they would just get high as fuck on like opium or something and then charge into the battlefield.
It's got to be like
bring up-
mescaline or
to
something.
bring
like
up the
that.
Nazis again, because this is a Hitler podcast. The Nazis actually practice in like doping up their soldiers, their foot soldiers, and like would get them high as fuck and like cracked out. I don't know the exact drug that they were using, but there was reports of people coming out of the war and they were like, I don't even remember what I did. And maybe who
Freebasing.
knows? That's maybe somebody who was a Nazi having some guilt and trying to like feel like, oh, this is my excuse. I don't remember what I was doing because I was under the influence of drugs that they were
Yeah.
giving us. But it was known that they would practice in drugging up their soldiers so that they were just wild as fuck in war. Like they didn't give a shit because they were just high as fuck.
Dude, it had to be the poop high.
The poo pie, dude.
Do you guys know how you can get high for your own shit?
No way.
Wait, you guys don't know about
You don't know about the poop
Oh,
pies?
I know about
No,
this.
learn me. Learn me.
Okay. So this is a huge thing in prison as well, where it's people will
I cannot.
shit.
I've never heard those two words together.
The poop pie. People will shit in buckets and cover it with like saran wrap.
Oh, they're getting high off the fumes.
Anything to cover. Yeah, and they'll poke a hole and suck it in.
Oh my god!
Just like smoking
bro.
weed or whatever, and the whatever comes off of the chemicals that come off your shit will actually get you high as fuck.
I gotta try
When
this.
you said just like smoking weed, I'm like, that stank.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
bro,
yeah,
that's what
stank.
low key. I feel like that's where the saying comes from.
Yeah.
the stank.
The stanky.
Dude, when you originally said poo pie, I was like, So these guys are shitting and waiting for mushrooms to grow out of their poop.
No.
like what happens with cow pies. Like
my
you wait that
God.
long to harvest. But no, it seems very very quick to the point with the fumes.
Yeah, you can get
Oh
high
my
off your
God.
shit.
It sounds like
We can do
an
that right now if we
experience.
wanted to. We can poop in a bucket.
I'm already doing it. I got one ready.
That's why I close the door whenever I shit.
Exactly.
So I just fucking sit in it and just get absolutely stoned.
I told you that in confidence, Grant. I didn't think you would reveal my biggest secret. God damn
The
it.
poop eye.
Now
How
everybody knows
dare
my
you,
secret
bro.
sauce. Whenever I'm out of weed, I just shit a lot.
Whenever
just
I
shit
run
in a
out of things to
can.
say on the pod, I just like take a little whiff.
That's why I like seal my farts in bottles.
I'm
Told you
trying
the
to think of a
cheese
good
wall was real today.
Cheese
Dude,
wall.
the cheese wall
The
is
cheese wall.
I bet you could have
Real
gotten
today.
dumb high off of
another
that,
thing
dude.
where I'm like taking everything so literally. What you say, like with the poop pie. When you said cheese wall, when you first said it, I immediately thought of like craft singles with like being pinned to a wall, and you guys had this at your bachelor party. And you're like,
That's
oh,
fun.
like
Yeah, that's fun.
that's
pin,
what you do. at
Pin the
bachelor
single
parties?
on the wall.
When you said cheese wall, the first thing that came to my brain was like an actual wall made out of cheese.
That's
and
what I
then
thought.
somebody going, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. And then like a
Alright.
million mouse
Yeah.
run out of a hole and they just start eating the cheese wall.
We've done it, everybody. We've done it. We've tore down the wall.
Oh my god.
What kind of
Berlin Wall.
the Swiss cheese wall, dude?
I was trying so hard to think of a cheese-related pun for Gorbachev's name, and I couldn't think of one.
Gorbachev.
That's what I was gonna say, but I'm like, that's just the most
Gouda
lowest
chop.
hanging fruit you could go for.
Mr. Gorgonzola.
Gouda.
Then it's just
I'm not saying
That's just
unrecognizable.
Mr. Gorgonzola. That's literally just the cheese. There's no pun there.
Mr. Pepper Jack.
Mr. American sliced thin, white American sliced thin, please.
Oh yeah, okay, hold on real quick.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way people are still buying orange American cheese.
Oh, I eat that shit
Dude.
on the daily.
Just
Couldn't be
cheddar? Or like
No,
American
white
one?
American cheese.
Oh, white?
Yes.
I thought you meant the original,
Like the-
squares.
the half plastic or whatever
What's
it is.
cool about
I
like
hate
American
that
cheese,
shit.
there is like the yellow version, and then I think white American cheese is superior. It's got a more of a not tang, because that's just like the go-to buzzword that you say when you don't know what you're talking about food. Like it's got more tang to it. It's got more of a bite,
smoky,
It's got more of a
smoky
bite to it.
flavor.
But I haven't got a craft single
I
in a
think
while.
bite's in
Like
the same
that
realm.
pack of just like a bunch of yellow thin slices. That's good for grilled cheese though. There's
Dude,
definitely always
That just made me think of how much of an asshole like food critics are. Like by you saying it's got more bite. to
Yeah,
it.
it's just so
Shut
pretentious.
the fuck up.
What
so
do you
pretentious.
mean?
You oh, it's got more bite. Oh, you're an expert.
Okay.
More bite to it, huh?
Oh,
Dude.
you've
Keep
eaten-
talking then. What
you've-
else? More adjectives now.
You've never gotten high off of a poop bucket before, buddy. So like, I don't want to fucking hear what you have to say.
Oh my god.
I'm
dude.
trying hard to think of a snake draft we could do.
Of drugs,
Snake draft of all drugs.
including the poo pie.
Dude.
Where would you put?
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Would you rather piss sand
Oh.
or shit bricks?
Pea sand.
How big are the bricks?
Yeah.
We're talking bricks.
Standard
Okay,
sized brick.
I'd piss
Standard-
sand. I'd piss sand.
Wouldn't your asshole just tear open?
Wouldn't your urethra get infected
Yeah, that's what-
immediately?
Wouldn't your urethra just burn?
Wouldn't
Yeah.
your urethra?
Also, imagine how long peas are.
I also don't think you're
Yeah.
peeing out. You're just like, it's like, I'm imagining like an hourglass. Like it's kind of just like dribbling out.
Dude, and plus
That's
after
not how it
after
is,
the
man.
first brick, I mean, your asshole is already reformed completely. Like
Into, like, a
it's
cookie cutter shape.
Slowly, your asshole will be able to handle brick-esque shit. So by brick number 7, you're really just taking a dump. It's really nothing.
But isn't
When
it
you're
the same
pissing
with your
with
piss?
the sand? I'm thinking so that the same argument can be applied, but it's like a brick is a brick. It's one thing. Sand is
So many things.
so many more things, and then a lot of those little things can get trapped in little areas on the trail out the body.
Imagine you could piss your pants so much easier.
Now, when you piss sand, do you come glass?
just heated,
Yeah.
heated. It would have to be glass.
Lightning strikes.
Shards of glass.
That must be it. I'm trying to think of the equivalent
It's science.
to shitting, like another way to
So
shit.
wait, so what
something
is
out.
diarrhea then?
It
Clay?
Ooh,
Clay.
just like
Clay.
gravel. Just straight up gravel.
Cement.
Gravel, cement.
No, that would be. I think the cement would be for the bricks. Like you're laying bricks, so your diarrhea would be like the ceiling, like the concrete that you. Yeah, the plaster.
As long
that
as you
laid
can
on
still
top
get
of.
high off of it.
I mean,
Yeah.
even if you're
The dookie smell.
even if you have a case of the gravels, you're still very keen to pushing out bricks. So you're.
I'm also
gonna
thinking
be
like
okay.
how you're gonna like a party trick. Like I would rather be pissing.
You all want to see something?
Wait, hold on.
I'm thinking like the sand would be way better for a party trick.
Yes.
Watch me fill up this
Dude,
glass.
Y'all want to
boy.
go to the beach? And you just start.
Dude, yes. Mobile
Dude,
beach.
beach parties.
That's like, you can't do it. You want to build a house with your shit bricks? Bro, that's going to take a lot of shits. You can literally bring a mobile beach anywhere.
That's what
you
I'm
can just
saying.
That is brilliant thinking.
Something
So
about
that was my next question. Which is more useful?
the bricks, dude. It's
Shitting
got to be
bricks
the
or
bricks.
peeing sand?
It's got to be the bricks.
But it doesn't.
You could build a house in a year.
Imagine this dude just laying
could.
bricks
But
out of his
if
asshole.
we are going by Ethan's logic,
build a house.
if you're going by Ethan's logic and you can cum glass, then that is more useful.
Can I just have both? I just want both, and I'll make myself a
your own
mansion.
home,
Give me both.
your own home.
You can make window panes.
Please just give me both options.
All right, how about a snake draft of the most useful things to piss?
Oh, I love it.
Yes.
Okay, wait, hold on. So
This is great.
wait, so
Dude, let's go.
so what's a snake draft?
We're all gonna just basically have a pick. So it'll start with either Samurai. Sam will make his pick. It'll go to you. It'll go to Cole. It'll go to Drew. And then when it comes to me, I'll have to pick twice because it snakes back around.
Oh, so we each get two
It's like
options.
just and we're
Got it.
ending up with 4 picks.
Got it.
And it's a draft over the most useful things. If you could, the most useful things to piss.
Okay, I'm here.
Let's go.
Okay.
I'm here for it.
So Sam, do you want to start or should I?
I may need to go last, or I guess second, or whatever order the fuck this is.
I'll start. I'm gonna do.
I don't fucking
And does
know.
it have to be a material object?
I was
Or
thinking
liquid.
something that makes somewhat sense. You
'Cause I
can
was
bend the
literally
rules a little bit.
I was literally about to say I would piss fire bars out of my dick. Like
that doesn't make much
Would I
sense.
be
You mean
rapping out of my dick?
I thought you legit meant like bars of fire. Like
those two,
Like,
but
That's
Tubes,
useful.
Fire
That
tubes.
is useful.
so it has to be a material object. It couldn't be like I'm fucking spitting the realest rhymes out of my dick.
That dick talking, boy.
Okay, I won't do that. So I'm gonna do soft serve ice cream, baby.
fuck.
That shit good.
That was definitely gonna be my
What
pick,
flavor
dude.
though?
Strictly vanilla. I'm a vanilla boy.
Dude, I wish you said Twister.
Ooh,
Rainbow.
I mean, that's still on the board, I guess.
Twisted.
Oh my
ice
god.
cream. Oh my god.
Holy shit.
What you got, Drew?
I'm gonna go gushers. A steady stream of gushers.
Just plopping out.
Yeah.
They stay
Looking like a
intact. They
snake.
stay intact.
It looks like a snake. Like it just has like
Oh.
a bulge in the middle and it just kind of works itself out.
I'm picturing it like kind of like a pew pew situation.
Now
like
it's
a
not.
pew.
What if like you know how gushers sometimes stick together? These ones are
clump.
always like singular. Singular, right?
I gotta
Okay.
push this one out.
I'm seeing
Yeah.
it.
It's a clump
That's
of three.
and instead of piss, like my bladder is like a bank of gushers.
Yes.
Like they come out like when you twist the quarter thing to get gumballs,
Yes.
and that's how my gushers come out.
Down the spiral.
Dude, I'm trying to think of something like mad valuable, but I'm gonna go the cure for cancer.
You piss the cure for cancer out of yourself.
So are you pissing chemo?
yeah,
or
what
just
is going on here?
No,
a shot, a syringe.
No, no, the
Like the
actual
serum.
cure, like the serum.
I got one for you, Doc.
Bitch, I come the cure for cancer.
No, I pee the cure for cancer.
Yes.
It's a lot
Wait,
of.
so you piss? What's the like ultrasound? Like what the X?
No, dude, I'm telling you.
Piss
telling you.
ultrasound.
What if you piss diagnosis is out? You're like, yep, the tumor's here. You piss out.
I gotta rub my dick on you real quick.
Your piss is a serum, and then if you piss over somebody's body, it reveals where the cancer is.
Or it's like a jellyfish sting and you piss on it.
Oh,
just
you piss
on-
X-ray.
You just piss.
What
on
a
the
scam
affected
that
area.
sounds like, dude.
Guys, I feel
what
like
a
you guys
scam.
I feel like you guys are making my pick your pick. So let's just stick
We'll
with
move
cure
it-
for
we'll
cancer.
move it along. We'll move it along. Grant, you're up.
Sorry.
Okay, so yeah, I'm not sure what my blood type is, but that's what I'd piss. I'd just piss blood.
Oh, let's go.
Because if
I
you-
already do, baby.
Listen,
So
no,
let's
you'd be
get it
donating.
rolling.
You'd be making money. You could donate
well,
it all.
I mean, not even that. It's just like I don't know, like my blood type, but like if I could just piss my blood type every time I pee, imagine the amount of blood I could
Yeah.
piss.
Yeah.
Could you
Can't
imagine?
even imagine.
Could you imagine like
The amount of lives I can save.
you
Yes.
filling up a toilet and like one of us unknowingly walking in and you didn't flush it and it's just a bowl full
I'd
of
be
just
using-
blood?
I'd be using flasks.
This man
I would just piss in flasks.
bladders, like the plastic bladders that you can just fill up.
Dude,
for
you're rolling up to the
IVs.
blood bank like a god.
Leaving with 10 G's.
Yes.
Or
You're serving
saving
the
10
people.
lives.
Yes, exactly.
So
This man's a hero.
I'd be pissing blood.
I got it written down. Blood.
Yeah, so I'm
Pissing
so just to reiterate,
He's pissing blood, everybody.
Sam, you're up for 2.
Oh shit, dude. I would say to round it out to the life straw, like clean water.
Oh, just purified water.
Yeah, none of that piss. No piss. Just
Straight Kirkland
No,
brand.
I want to change. I want to change it to like some. Dude, just write flavored water.
like a Propel.
Yeah, like some
Okay.
type of like 0-calorie flavored water.
I'm not sure how that holds up against Gushers, but good pick.
Hey, bro, I just piss into mouths for this. I was gonna say I piss into the Africans' mouths,
Snaking
but that
back
wouldn't
with
make
you.
any sense. The African
what?
kids' mouths.
Oh,
Like
God.
there's just like Sarah McLachlan singing behind me, like pissing into these children's mouth because I have pure ass clean water, dude.
you have a fetish?
That is your version
No.
of the fountain of youth. That's how I'm seeing it.
Yeah.
You are your own
I
fountain
feed the
of youth.
children with my urine.
You got another one.
Oh, dude, this is harder than I
It
thought.
could literally be anything.
And I have 2 more, but I don't think it could be anything. I'm trying to think.
No, it's so
I'm-
can.
I'm
Just
thinking
say-
logistically.
Say anything.
I was gonna say popsicles.
Let's go.
No stick.
Dude, one of those just
Well,
the
you mean,
snow
yeah,
stick.
you're-
What are you gonna do?
No stick.
Just you use your.
It just plops like into a bowl.
So you're really
something.
looking to feed people with your gifts.
popsicles are for me.
Yes. Oh, only for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really fuck around and
You're too
hand
busy
out
being a
popsicles
good
out here.
Samaritan with the purified water. You need a
Yeah.
little fun for yourself.
Yeah.
I
So is this
understand.
all of us have like 4 bladders and we're doing this
Yeah, I mean,
all
No, that is
simultaneously?
our bladder.
in
This is our
in this
bladder.
infinite
This is
universe. In this infinite universe that we all live in, there are 4 of me out there. That one of them serves soft serve ice cream out of his dick, and there's 3 more that I mean, we're gonna have more examples here. Grant, you're up.
Starbucks cold brew.
Oh no. Oh my God.
Yum.
So the first one's the the blood is like the giving one,
Yes,
and the Starbucks cold brew is the money making one.
There you go.
without a doubt. You're like a mobile barista.
blood.
Yeah,
Like
I
you
still
could be a
can't believe you
barista
said
from
blood.
anywhere, anytime.
do you need coffee? I piss coffee.
I got you. 1 cup of cold
But you
brew.
need to bring your own ice.
Bring your ice and your cup.
Maybe that's a
I
follow-up.
literally pee coffee.
Damn, dude.
I literally.
Are we unlocking what the new age superheroes are going to be like? It's all just like certain life forces coming out of like our
That'd be
orifices.
be a fucking great pickup line.
Hey, bitch, I piss.
Not even just. What's up, shorty? I piss cold brew.
Hey.
Holy
It's
shit.
a without a doubt hitter. It will work 100%.
She's
of
like,
the
oh
time.
really?
Especially if I do it
I piss nitro brew, baby.
Dude.
right in front of them.
And you can get like a gold membership to your coffee dispensing dick. You know
Dick
what I
bucks, dude. Dick bucks.
Peeing coffee.
Star dicks.
I do that.
Cole, you are up, baby.
All right, mine is super specific. So you guys remember those old Gatorade commercials where like the athlete, it would be all black and white, and then like the athletes would like sweat like blue and like green.
Ooh.
I want to pee like that. Like
Gatorade?
the orange.
It's Gatorade.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, okay.
I wanna pee the orange Gatorade sweat from the Gatorade.
How
commercials.
fucking specific.
So you can hydrate your peoples.
Wait, so you're
Like-
pissing hard work?
You're pissing. you're pissing Cristiano Ronaldo's Gatorade sweat.
Yes.
Nice.
Pissing hard work.
Those were great
Dude,
commercials.
you could probably sell
though.
that shit for a lot. Bottle it up for about 5 years.
Dude.
Let it appreciate.
Marinate. Let it marinate.
As I have been sitting over here thinking of things, I've realized how off the rails we are. But I'm gonna go with what I'm certain Genghis Khan would go with, and just say cum.
Come.
Hey.
Because then I'm replicating out here.
Pissing.
Yes.
Come.
I don't
Also-
have to worry about fertility.
Imagine the orgasms.
Can you even picture it?
Dude, you'd be making the world in your own image. You'd
Well,
be
I mean-
God at that point.
That's
Wait,
Pissing
so-
cum.
yeah.
Quick question. So, does the sensation of peeing cum feel the same as coming
No, it wouldn't
the
come
whole
with
time?
In my world, it does.
So you're coming for like 15 to 20 seconds.
Depending on how much I drank. of
Multiple
whatever.
times a day.
Because like whatever I drink does turn.
So you
into
know
the
those
cum.
those videos of people like drinking a bunch of water and being like making pee.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So for you that'd be like
Making
making
cum.
cum.
making piss time.
Yeah.
Shit.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's an intense orgasm.
It honestly sounds.
multiple times a day.
I like how
Yes.
we're doing it with like the
Would that ruin your sex drive?
kind of like you. No, because like I wouldn't have a choice.
So all you do
You know
is
what I'm saying?
cum.
you'd
it's
have
like-
to be peeing cum.
Right. And like I wouldn't really know the difference, which is kind of cool. Because like if
Maybe.
my girl's got a piss fetish, I can be like, well, don't worry
Yeah.
because this is gonna work out either way.
Is this like kind of deep?
I think so.
Does your girl have a piss fetish?
That cum.
Do you?
That cum piss fetish.
What's up,
I'm
There
getting,
will- there
I'm
will
getting
be
nervous
answers.
because I need to snake with 2 picks and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna piss out Pappy Van Winkle bourbon, 23 years aged inside, barrel aged. So essentially, I would have the entire Buffalo Trace distillery within my, I guess, bladder, and I'd be pissing out that valuable ass whiskey. I mean bourbon. Excuse me. So Pappy Van Winkle, bourbon, and then to follow that up, I want to piss lasers out of my dick. And be able to fight off any incoming alien invaders with my laser penis.
What does that look like?
Would all of your
Oh,
like-
to see it.
Well, like is it
it would be a
is it
show.
is it like one of those like disco balls?
I'm gonna have settings, so I'm gonna have the one with the red laser that's just like real normal red laser, and then it's like the fractal one that kind of
So
just goes
you're-
in all areas all over.
So you're the first programmable uterus
Yes,
ever.
My penis is a laser weapon.
a
So-
fucking
Case
gun, dude.
point.
A weapon, like laser pointer, or like it can kill people.
Lethal.
Okay.
It would not be worth it if it wasn't lethal.
Okay. So a laser gun dick
I could literally rob a bank vault with my
your
penis.
dick. Okay. I got
So
it.
long as all the other bells and whistles of the plan went according to plan.
Would it hurt?
Probably similar to like the bricks coming out the first couple times. Yeah, it might hurt,
Yeah,
but
hurt.
then your skin down there just gets real taut, like calloused, and it's able to withstand the power of the Spartan laser penis.
Sounds like your dick is just getting blown off every single time.
In theory,
It could.
Drew, you're up.
I was thinking in a similar direction as
Yes.
Ethan with that last pick, and I'm gonna go with Stardust.
Ooh.
Oh.
What?
I'm
I don't even know
pissing
what the
Stardust.
fuck's like from a star.
Yeah, well, I originally was thinking like I'm pissing stars, and I was like, that's a
Okay.
little too big. I don't know if that would work too well.
My dick-
but stardust, I think, could be something magical there. It's kind of similar to the
Some
cum. I'm just
pixie
like
dust.
I'm pissing life into the universe.
Exactly.
Stardust.
Yeah, I think it would look cool too.
Dude.
Like a firework.
just pissing constellations out, bro.
Dude, me and Ethan would have a day with those two picks
Yeah,
lined
laser-
up. Laser
Dude, let's
stardust.
go.
Put you in a
bro.
fucking
You're telling me.
duo.
$5 to see the show.
in a fucking auditorium,
shit.
dude. Turn the lights off.
That would be a cross stream for the fucking millenniums. Dude.
Oh, dude, the sword fight
Crossing
would be
swords.
insane.
Crossing swords, bro.
Cole, you are up.
Ranch.
That's a good one.
No questions. Just ranch.
Just right.
Next pick. Grant, go.
ranch.
All right, so the first two I was being pretty realistic, you know, like things that I could pee.
blood.
Pretty realistic.
Yeah, so
Starbucks cold brew.
At the beginning of the snake drafts of most useful things to piss, I was trying to be realistic.
yeah, so like what I say, blood and what else?
Starbucks
cold
cold.
yeah. those are both definitely possible. So for my next one, I was thinking military grade torpedoes.
Oh, let's go. Dude, we literally this last level of picks has just been like so much
Ranch,
war
dude.
material.
I keep
except
looking
for
at ranch. All I keep
no.
seeing is ranch, dude.
So what I'm planning is like an assault on Japan pretty soon.
out of your dick.
Sam,
Moving along.
Next.
I'm gonna go with just clouds.
Ooh, like stratus clouds or
Yeah.
cumulonimbus clouds or like
No. So I'm thinking the chick from X-Men that can create thunderstorms, but from my cock.
Damn, let's go.
So
Storm.
essentially-
Your storm out of your dick.
Yeah, but I can like create a tornado out of my dick,
Yeah.
and I can envelop, like suck people into my cock, like Kirby kind of thing.
Twister dick.
Yeah, sure, that's my
Twister
name.
dick.
And 4.
Yeah, he's just snaking with you.
diamonds.
Oh, that's all right. Let's go.
We'll just go long term. And I can bust down something.
Yeah. I mean, throw away any anxiety you have about purchasing a wedding ring one day. You
That's
just
it,
fucking
dude.
piss out a rock right
Wait,
onto
so your
that
dick's
shit.
a natural disaster?
It just compresses coal. There's a whole process. It's a goddamn triple vacuum sealed volcano dick that just compresses diamonds out.
One of a kind.
To just, I mean, it'd take me years to explain it.
You're up, Grant.
Years.
Okay, so
Your final pick.
for my last pick, I'm gonna go with HDMI cables.
Can never get enough of
Jesus
those.
Christ. I'm sure those will come in handy.
I mean, the amount of times I couldn't plug my Wii Switch into my TV have been
Yeah.
It's a tragedy.
Dude, I've actually heard that HDMI came out with like HDMI 2 recently. Like there's a whole new like cable.
What does that mean?
Really?
What does it do?
Literally the sequel to
What is it-
HDMI.
Is it faster?
It's probably just more efficient at what it does. I don't know. All I know is that it's HDMI 2. Cole, you're up.
What's with the ranch?
Dude, I've got a couple different ones I'm thinking of.
Buffalo wings.
Yeah, buffalo sauce.
No, that's not what I want to do. Because what I think that I want to pick is, all right, yeah, this is what I want to do. I'm gonna pee out anti-aircraft artillery rounds so that I can defend Japan
Yes.
against Grant.
Let's go. Battle of the Dicks.
Oh my god.
Dude, nobody could have foresaw this battle. Like,
Cock battle,
came
dude.
back, dude. These dicks are warring.
A cockfight, if you will.
Wait, can I change my answer?
It's too
No,
late.
I'm locked.
Maybe on
You
your,
can have an honorable
yeah, your
mention.
we will have
All right.
unlimited honorable mentions later. So.
Yeah.
Only one honorable mention, but do as many as you want.
I need a rebuttal.
Drew, you're up.
I wish I could join in on this war, but
Oh,
I didn't
you
have
can,
I
you
didn't have
can.
anything like that in mind. But maybe
You
we can
can.
find a way to use it. And mine's gonna be T-shirt cannons that they use at sporting events.
Oh, like you can shoot T-shirts out of your cock.
That would
So
work.
wait,
dude.
you would be pissing T-shirts, but
No.
essentially your dick works like a T-shirt cannon.
No, I was thinking I piss the cannons that shoot the T-shirts.
No way, bro.
This
Because
man
there's
has
not,
a
because there's not enough.
You
There's
have a
not enough of
monopoly.
them. Like there's you have to go to a game like hoping that that's about to happen.
Yeah.
And that you're gonna catch the T-shirt.
Gotta get
Yeah.
a shirt.
There's that Family Guy skit where my wife can wear this to sleep.
Dude.
We need more of that.
I remember when I got my first T-shirt, and I was.
So I
Not
guess that's
excited.
my last pick.
Sounds like you're gonna corner the market of T-shirt cannons and drive up.
They're
the
in high
price.
demand, and I'm just trying to fill a need.
Dude, yeah, and then you're just going around to all stadiums across America, the entire
Hey,
world, being like, I
you
know
need
you
this
need
shit?
T-shirt cannons. I can produce for you within seconds.
Yeah, dude.
Let me just drink a glass of water. Last one.
Last one, say I got a real full fucking bladder. And I've been debating this one because, I mean, dick size out in the cold. I get a little, I mean, like, I get a little shy. I mean, like, if I'm out in the cold pissing out driveway salt, I'm going to be worried
Excuse
about my
me?
size, but I'm going to have the best utility of all time. Like, if I'm worried about the ice that's gonna freeze over my driveway the night before, I
Wait.
just go out there and piss on that shit. Or I go up to my car, like say my car's windshield is iced over, just piss some driveway salt on that shit, and it starts to melt.
So is it just salt or it's
Driveway salt.
salt?
You know, like those little like white
Yeah.
pellets
The
that
big
people just like.
pellets.
Yeah, like I'm pissing that.
I can.
But I'm a little nervous because my dick will shrivel up in the cold.
They just like companies hire you out to piss off the back of these
So wait.
dumpsters to melt
So
the
wait,
snow.
would you call your dick like a sawed-off shotgun?
No, more of just a driveway salt dispenser. But yeah.
But yeah.
But yes. All right, honorable mention, beer foam. was one of
Dude.
mine.
All right, honorable mention, Morgan Freeman's voice.
Ooh. You could have gone bars, I guess.
And here's the piss.
And here
this
it
is
comes.
Piss.
Pale.
Here it comes, the piss. That's all it is, just a sound.
Anybody else got an honorable mention?
Honorable
missing.
mention duct tape.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
That'd be sick.
Honorable mention, WD-40.
Honorable mention disposable cameras.
Honorable mention, Raid.
Oh, the
That
wasp
sounds like
killer?
Yeah.
it burns, dude.
Honorable mention, The Will to Live.
The will
Oh,
to live.
Honorable mention my ex-wife.
I want to like piss. I want to piss like. You know what? I want to not have. Can it be piss? Wait, I can't even say anything now. I need to figure out what's going on. What are you laughing about?
I just, as soon as Grant said that, I thought it was funny originally, but then I thought about it. Like I thought about an actual person coming out.
You piss a human.
My
Not
ex-wife.
any human. My ex-wife.
No,
I miss her
Grant's
so
ex-wife.
much. I miss her
I'm so sad. I'm so sad. My family hates me. I want to piss sadness out of
I
me
miss
because
her
I'm so
touch.
sad.
Oh.
All right. Well, I thought
I'm
this episode
actually
was fucking
crying.
great. We touched on a lot of important things. We touched on the music career. We touched on celebrity, what it is to be anonymous and the benefits or maybe the downfalls of that shit. We talked about fucking a war of penises in Japan. We talked about all types of hard-hitting shit, and I just want to thank the listeners out there. You know, this is what you come here for, baby.
Is that it?
Holy shit!
That's all I have to say. I had
All
a
right.
great
Fuck
time.
you
I had a
guys.
great time
Thanks
today.
for joining. Thanks, Grant.
Yes, Grant.
For the second
yes,
fucking time.
before we end it, Grant, if I mean plug to our 5 listeners all the shit you're doing.
I'm edging.
Hey.
That's it.
He's got a sack
Oh,
full
yeah,
of blood, dude.
Follow Hive Mind.
Yeah, Hive Mind.
Check 'em out.
Peace. Bye.